that had forgotten kindness, where violence filled the earth and people lived only for themselves, a quiet man walked with God. His name was Noah. While others chased their own desires, Noah listened. He paid attention to the whisper of the divine. And one day, that whisper became a calling that would change the course of humanity forever. The earth trembled with corruption. People laughed at goodness and mocked righteousness. But God watched Noah, a man of integrity, a man whose heart still held light. And then came the message, a message that felt impossible. Build an ark, a floating sanctuary, vast enough to hold the seeds of a new world, a ship unlike anything ever seen. Noah, stunned yet faithful, picked up his tools. He didn't argue, he didn't hesitate. Day after day, plank after plank, he built under the open sky. Sunlight burned his back, nights grew cold. People gathered around him, pointing, laughing, calling him a fool. A ship? In the middle of dry land? But Noah kept working, because he wasn't building just a boat. He was building obedience. Soon the ark rose like a giant wooden mountain, 3 levels high, strong enough to survive a world-ending storm. And when it stood complete, something extraordinary happened. The earth came to life around it. From distant forests, through quiet valleys, across deserts and rivers, animals began to move. Lions walked beside lambs. Elephants marched in calm rhythm. Tiny birds fluttered in patterns across the sky. Creatures of every size and color approached the ark, guided by a divine hand. Noah's family watched in awe as pairs of animals entered the great vessel, settling into their places as if they too understood what was coming. The world around them felt strangely still, as though holding its breath. And then the sky darkened. A low rumble echoed across the horizon. Winds twisted, clouds gathered like armies. The first drop fell, then another. Then the heavens opened. Rain poured like never before. Rivers burst, oceans rose. The ground shook beneath Noah's feet as the world outside dissolved into chaos. But inside the ark, there was peace. Noah, his family, and every creature waited as the ark lifted gently off the earth. God's hand carried them through the storm. For 40 days and 40 nights, the rain did not stop. Waves crashed like thunder against the ark's wooden walls, but the vessel stood strong. Inside, Noah prayed for the world that once was, for the lives lost, and for the hope that might still be found. The storm eventually softened, the sky slowly cleared, and then, after many months drifting across a silent ocean, the ark came to rest upon the mountains of Ararat. Noah opened a window. Fresh air rushed inside. He released a raven, then a dove. The first returned with nothing. But the second came back with an olive leaf in its beak, a symbol of life, a promise that the earth was healing. At last, Noah and his family stepped out of the ark. Their feet touched new ground, soft and green. Animals wandered into the sunlight, returning to valleys, forests, and plains to begin again. And overhead, a breathtaking sight emerged, colors stretching across the sky in a brilliant arc, the first rainbow. God's promise painted across the heavens, declaring that never again would the world be destroyed by flood. Noah looked at the sky, his heart full. He had lived through judgment, endured ridicule, survived the storm, and now stood at the beginning of a renewed earth. The story of the ark is not just about destruction, it is about hope. The hope that even in the darkest times, one person's faith can carry the world forward. The hope that God never forgets those who walk with Him. And the promise that after every storm, there is a rainbow.